Hey, what is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Forgive the robe and everything. I wanted to really quickly, before I forget all this, I just came out of a past life regression that I did. I just used like a self-guided one. The one that I did specifically was from Nicky, who's amazing. Her vibe strongly resonates. So she always takes me to those places. I will leave the link below to the one that I just did. So basically what had happened, I wanted to share a little bit of my experience, was she walks you through basically like getting you into a trance state and then getting you to a door. And you can walk through the door. She has you visualize what the door looks like and all that. And basically what's beyond the door is one of your past lives, or, you know, whatever you want to chop it up as, one of your past lives that the karma is kind of like affecting you in this lifetime, right? And so basically when I walked through the door, I was in like kind of like Amazon-y, like just really green, leafy, you know, trees everywhere, bushes everywhere. And then there was like mountains in the distance. You know, I could sense I was near a river. Basically, I knew there was kind of like a hut or a house type thing built out of wood or sticks that I lived at. I just intuitively kind of knew what was happening. And then she has you like look down at yourself, like, what do you look like? I knew off the jump that I was a male. My feet looked really manly. I was really hairy everywhere. I had long black hair, very masculine, strong facial features, very I actually kind of had a similar like jaw line and, you know, cheekbone situation going on, but just, I guess, more exaggerated in like the cheekbones and like these areas. And my face was a lot bigger. I was a lot bigger of a person in that lifetime. So yeah, so I was looking around and I intuitively knew that I had like a wife or, you know, a woman or, you know, whatever in my life. I even pictured us like making love, and I pictured us like having dinner that she would make together. You know, I pictured, you know, kind of just my life there. And, you know, I kind of got the sense, I was asking myself, like, why am I in the middle of nowhere? Like, where are there other people? Like, what's going on here? And I intuitively just knew that something had happened in like the bigger city, or where all the rest of the people were, the village, whatever you want to call it back then. No idea what kind of time period we were in. The clothes I was wearing though were very like animalistic, like animal skins sewn together, or like some kind of like makeshift thing. So I'm getting the sense, obviously it wasn't like modern times. So whatever village I was living in with my family or whatever, I think I had a couple kids. That was like, I kind of seen kids running around and stuff, but I didn't pay them too much attention. So I think maybe my wife or whoever was their like primary caregiver, and I was out like hunting. And I remember specifically hunting deer a lot and hunting like our food and being gone like out in the wilderness a lot. So intuitively I knew that the city or the village, they had some kind of like politic thing or some kind of situation going on. The details are fuzzy, that made me want to leave. And I don't know if that was like they were trying to draft me to fight, or they were trying to do something to where it made me and my family want to go like live in the middle of nowhere and kind of hide away from them and whatnot. So what had happened, so basically I was running away. I was running away from my responsibility to the community, or like whatever was happening. And yeah, I thought maybe in the middle of nowhere, nobody would be able to like find us. So basically, let me give you a little bit of a backstory. In this lifetime, my jaw has always been like crooked. Like whenever I go to the dentist or the orthodontist or something, they've been like, oh my God, like your jaw is so crooked. They were trying to fix it with like my braces and stuff like that, you know, just naturally. So when, so kind of fast forward in my past lifetime to the point where things got crazy. Basically the people of the village or the city or whatever that I was running away from, trying to hide from, they found us, like they caught up to us. So I definitely got the sense that they like, you know, burned down my house. I was running through this jungle basically on the side of a very, very steep mountain, like a very steep slope. And I actually ended up like slipping and falling. And I ended up like rolling down kind of like the embankment, like falling off cliffs and whatnot. And then when I hit the ground, my jaw was actually so broken. It was like, you know, hanging out, and it was like a crazy thing. So that correlates with my jaw stuff in this lifetime. And that kind of answered my question and gave me validation, like what, like, you know, was this like a past life thing or not or whatever. And so yeah, then what happened was, as I was laying there, like a lot of my bones and a lot of my stuff was like broken, but specifically my jaw was just so bad. Like one side of my face specifically was just like effed. And so the people ended up like obviously seeing me roll down and go down, and eventually like a long time later, I'd say like a couple hours later, they like got to me, and they actually ended up like lighting me on fire and stomping me out, like stabbing me with whatever spears or whatever, like whatever it was back then. Yeah, so I was just getting stabbed and stomped on, and you know, I was like feeling sensations in my ribs, and just like I'm like going through these sensations, obviously in a much more muted sense than back then, but yeah, and I was just crying, and kind of it was all like coming out, all the emotions. I was really feeling like this is crazy. They also did the same to my family members, which was also crazy. I didn't like watch it. I knew I got the sense that wherever they were at or whatever they were doing, they had found them and done the same thing. So yeah. And so I'm asking myself like, oh, like, okay, what am I supposed to be learning from this? Like, what is, you know, the lesson here? And basically the message is, the message that came through was like, don't run away from things. Don't procrastinate. Don't, you know, the things that I feel drawn to, do not run away from them, run towards them, right? Because I basically got the message that in that lifetime, if I would have went towards the thing I was basically running away from, it would have been the right thing to do. I was either like abandoning people, or I was leaving people high and dry, or I was you know, procrastinating doing something, or, you know, avoiding the inevitable, all this stuff, right? And in this lifetime, I've been known to procrastinate a time or two, you know, so that's something that I can take into account moving forward. And not only that, I have had a habit of maybe shying away from the things that make me feel uncomfortable, but the things that I know in my heart will make my life so much better, and everybody else's lives better as well. So yeah, messages to tackle those things head on, and we can avoid, hopefully not similar lessons as the last lifetime, but we can avoid the consequences of basically running away from the things that we know we need to take care of, and the things that our heart is leading us towards. So that's very valuable information. I'm so thankful to have that. And guess what? All of you can do that too, right? All of you can do that on your own. So have you had any past life regressions? Like, what is your experience, right? Do you feel like maybe you have trouble regressing yourself, or trouble doing kind of guided meditations, or how do you like to do it? Do you like to do it yourself, or have other people help? Tell me all about your experiences below, you guys. If you have not already, gave me a big thumbs up. That would be much appreciated. It's like an energy exchange. You get valuable insights and information, and it helps my algorithm go up, so more people can help get valuable information and insights. So plus, these are fun topics to discuss about, right? I've always kind of been like a esoteric subject kind of person, lover. So yeah, I will talk to you all next time. Namaste.